Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to the South Park Phone Destroyer weekly update. Oh, the deck choices are up there. For week number 35 of year 2 of our South Park Phone Destroyer experience. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good Monday, good start to the week, or end to the week, depending on who you are. Hope you guys are enjoying it either way. Welcome in, Yen, Macon, Pegs, Fried Bow, Patriarchy, Outcast, Awesome MD is here. Fried Bow, I think I already said. It's really easy to forget. Pegs a lot. Dog Poo. Welcome in, everybody. Dios de los Mancos as well. Welcome in. How is everybody doing today? We got the typical... hey, kitty! Stop it! Stop it! He's climbing on my guitar case, using it as scratch post. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. We got the typical South Park update for you this week. We're gonna go through last week's Team Wars. We're gonna watch the games. We're gonna see the outcome, see some of the current standings, talk about it a little bit. Then we're gonna jump over to the games from last week. We'll be watching 4 accounts worth of games. I didn't get anybody else's games set up this week. It was a release week at work last week, and like today, so I was doing some work. Doing some work late, didn't have time to get other people's stuff together, so the release is tomorrow, so we're good to go now. Now we'll have a little bit of a lax time, but we have a hot fix in September now, so well, that's how it goes, I guess. But let's get started and look into it. We got Team Wars results from last week. Free to Play Whales was running 47, trying to catch Chef's Elite, but we got the wrong one. That's Chef's Elite, not Chef's Elites. Unfortunately, this Chef's Elite is the one that Reprisal Music is in, and a couple other people that we know. Chef's One Sauce, though, got them. So, I'm not sure if that's the one that's on the top. At one point, I thought that maybe they were running 48 people, because they had at one point 49 people. So I thought they were running 48 people, and they could potentially beat us because... you know, we were running 47 and we weren't 100 points ahead. We took like 3 losses, I think is what it was. But worked out all right. It was interesting because I actually matched up against, on alt accounts, I matched up on, I should have taken a picture of that bracket too. Nambla was with Dire Tide and Coon Legends and We're Sorry. And Moody actually matched up with somebody from We're Sorry. You match the same guy 5 times in challenge mode in a row. That's why that matchmaking is stupid, to match you close to stuff. I don't feel bad, potato rule. Yeah, exactly. Known, what's up, man? But yeah, so we got, you know, what was it, 140 point or whatever victory, 150. Can't do math. Or 200? I can't even do. 313 minus 179, carry the 3, 134 point victory. So even if they would have had an extra person on us and gotten an extra 114, they still wouldn't have been able to beat us. So that's good to know. But I think we're going back to 50, not this week, but next week. We'll see. This week, actually, Luke is taking over as the person who decides what our deck are. Well, we've never had one person do it, but he's going to be the sole person to pick our decks and our levels this week on Free to Play Whales. We're calling it, I don't know, I guess it's Luke week. It's Luke week. It's lukewarm. But if you don't know Luke, I guess he's 16 by now. 17? He's probably 17 by now. He's a high school kid that's been on Free to Play since day 1. Good kid. Has a lot of fun with the game. Takes it a little bit too seriously sometimes. Great account, and so we're gonna let him make some decisions and feel tepid week, yeah, and feel good or feel terrible when we lose because his deck is terrible. But we'll see. Luckily, this week does seem to be kind of straightforward, so he can't make too many mistakes. We look at the top 5: Free to Play Whales, Chef's Elite, Illuminati. Looks like based on the points, Illuminati didn't get in Dire Tides somehow, so that's weird. Illuminati wasn't in the bracket with Dire Tide and Nambla, so Nambla got a 2nd place, which is always good. TMI staying, I think, roughly behind Illuminati. I think they've been roughly about 500. And then Mercenaries about 300 behind that. So that seems to be about the same. Chef's Elite still only 50 above Illuminati. So Chef's Elite must have won theirs bracket. Illuminati won their bracket. Now obviously Illuminati is gaining on them like 3 points every week, but all it takes is Illuminati to win 1 week, or to lose 1 week, to not get first 1 week, just even to get second 1 week, and all of a sudden they're down another 50 points. So very easy for chefs to start climbing up there. But you can see it's about a 500 point exactly, 506 exactly lead on them. So that's a nice cushion. But you know, the way Team Wars works, if we go up to 50, just like what happened with Illuminati, eventually we'll lose that first place. So kind of seeing what Red Lynx is going to do and make the decisions on when. I think we might just jump around 50 and not like keep people guessing, like, are we going to be in your bracket this week or not? So keep teams like Szechuan sauce and stuff on notice. I think that'd be kind of interesting. And then give teams like Nambla a chance to catch a second instead of a third. We'll look at the deck choices a little bit later, but we'll go right into the games. And this week we have a bunch of different ones. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3 on each and then 4 on Moody. So quite a few games this week. And we're gonna start with the Adventure Locked. And for whatever reason, I have to wait. What's up, Jammin? How you doing, buddy? I don't know what to say about this week's TVT deck. I can see a lot of 1-0 matches. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I haven't really looked at it that much. Actually, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked at it at all. So we're gonna be experiencing it for the first time, because a lot of the times you guys are seeing my first takes on this. You know, I do not spend a lot of time preparing for this stream. I set it up, you know, I get the pictures, I get the video set up, I have everything set up. I have a little bit of a, I don't know, I want to say checklist, but I have like a little bit of a ritual of what I need to have ready every week. And so I always have that stuff ready. But as far as like looking at the decks and coming up with like what the best decision is and stuff like that, it is always on the fly. Very rarely am I looking at the deck. Every once in a while I'll take a glance at it while I'm voting, but most of the time you guys are catching my, you know, my first opinions. And I like it that way because, one, I'm not necessarily giving everybody free-to-play whales a deck, because I am part of the card vote council. I think that's what we call it. I am part of that, and so I do just help decide what deck we run every week. So I don't want to just like give the whole world our deck every week necessarily. So I don't want to necessarily go into this conversation knowing every single nuance that I could think about, because a lot of the times what I say in this week, I do change, or in the weekly update, I do change my mind later on throughout Monday or throughout Tuesday, based on, you know, what other people might have said, or maybe we actually play some excuse me, some friendly fights with the different decks to kind of get a feel for what's good and what's bad. So that's usually what ends up happening. But we'll jump right into it. We got a 1177, who I think actually might have been our best match. And we'll check out how it goes. But this week, our only leveled card, just one, is Terrence Mephisto. And yeah, I only have him level 6, so he's not a 7. That's the only level I have. And I think Chaos Hamsters might be max level 3. They might be max level 3. Not sure. But interesting, Imp comes out against the Mysterion. I mean, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. Like, he is only 1177. Like, let's be honest, it's probably the first time he's ever even seen these cards. We got to keep that in mind. You know, we don't think about that a lot, but when you're way down here, a lot of the people in Team Wars, bronze teams, maybe even silver teams, don't even have these cards unlocked. Like, they literally can't even get them yet. So to see an imp tweak or something, and you've never used it, and don't maybe even understand what happens because you didn't try to, you know, maybe you didn't try to even practice at all. But the regen actually keeps our base level cards alive. Mosquito with that plus 30. Gonna get this freeze ray in. If he plays, he doesn't. Unless they buy them. That's true. That's true. You do see, it is crazy what kind of levels you see some places. Like, you'll see a level 5 Space Pilot Bradley at like 5k or something like that, and it's like, wow. So Terrence Mephisto level 6, our only good card. Can we take the bar with it? Oh, the Sizzler comes out, but the Sizzler's only level 1. The hamsters on the top side, can we freeze them? We didn't freeze them fast enough for the Mysterion to survive, but the Terrence Mephisto was just hitting New Kid the entire time, taking it out one chip at a time, and dealing with the Choir Boy just to put the cherry on top. Not bad. All right, now we got Electric Diddles. Electric Diddler. Electric Idol. 1138. 3641. A little bit better. We're going a little bit up. When he's seen level 3 Satan at 4k. Yeah, dude, that's incredible. You forgot BP, so I only got 4 then in event. Oh, I got you. I don't even think I got one from the packs, honestly. I didn't finish the event either because I didn't stream Saturday afternoon or Sunday because I wasn't feeling well. Like, man, I had such a terrible headache Sunday. I was just like useless to the world the whole day. Luckily, I woke up Monday and it was gone. I mean, I guess woke up this morning and it was gone. It's still like, you know, it's that weird thing where like if I cough, I can kind of feel it, or like throughout the day, I just kind of feel it, and then you get this kind of stress reaction where you think it's gonna come back. I kind of had that all day, but otherwise pretty good. Didn't really get it. Didn't get a headache back, so it's always good. Headaches are fucking just the worst. One of the worst things to deal with when you're a software developer is having a headache, because you can't rest your eyes and work. You know, you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta fucking deal with it. It sucks. Terrence Mephisto, even just that plus 30 from that level 1 Ninju, definitely worth it. It's the only thing that really has any health on my on my deck too. All right, now we got Vala Osandon, 32.99. This one I think is the one that was a good fight. You'll see that. Do you guys see where the screen kind of jolts there? Watch this. Right. Oh, it didn't do it. You can't really see it on that you can't see it on that video because I don't have the borders. The screen changes resolution slightly because I accidentally drag the corner of the BlueStacks window sometimes when I go to switch windows. And it'll drag a little bit and it'll make it a tiny little bit smaller, and so the window will slightly adjust. We're playing with these base level cards. Maxi next to New Kid actually getting kind of dealt with by that Mosquito. Mosquito wasn't getting any damage taken at all. We're getting our Mosquito out there to hopefully get him on the kite, do the damage to the kite, but they both started attacking the little guy, or the call girl started attacking him, so they are able to kill him, which is unfortunate, but we're able to get him out just in time to kill that call girl. And the Mysterion coming on that top side after that first one. Mysterion, always a good card to play no matter what level you have him. Put him out as soon as you can. Could impact the game in ways that you just could never expect. Putting the hamsters on him. He's not immune to AoE damage. Like, what do you think's gonna happen there? Getting that heal, which is nice. He's just gonna come in with the heal. Best we can do. Unfortunately, Kite can't shield the Terrence. Would have been nice to have like rats or something. Just one more option there. See if we can survive the Jesus. Will the hamsters save us? Yes, the hamsters' first quick attack saved the Terrence. We're able to take the bar. I feel like this is just the last bar we're not gonna be able to get through. The Mysterion doesn't go for the New Kid, but it doesn't matter anyway. Marine Craig does do pretty good damage. All right, he's making a good push on us. We might be in a bit of trouble. Let's see what we can do. We should have maybe waited on the monkey. We wouldn't have taken that shot, but it doesn't seem like it's really gonna matter. We outrange the Marine Craig. Mosquito comes in. We're just waiting on it. Put that kite out. Deal with him. I like it. I like it. We got to get that Master Ninja on the Terry. That's kind of what we're waiting for. Nice job there. I mean, I guess the only option here would be to just try to get this value, but unfortunately the Mysterion just isn't very high level. Then he just dies to those hamsters too quickly. Almost turned around on us. Now can we make this? He wastes the kite shield, which actually kind of saves me. I should have probably put Terrence Mephisto in the back right away since it's Mosquito up front, but we're just chilling, waiting it out. using our other cards. His cards are all pretty much base too, so it doesn't, I mean, Kite is 3, so nothing's really doing any more damage than we're expecting. So it's pretty much friendly fight at this point, which we're gonna excel at versus this guy who's, you know, 3,200. Not because we're necessarily better than him, but just because we're better than him, you know what I'm saying? Can't really compare someone who's been playing since day one, literally since day one, versus somebody who clearly started not that long ago. But let's keep going. Definitely not Glanzer coming in with Ragnazerker. Ragnar Berserker. Would you like to see me fuck Berserker? Would you like to see me fuck Berserker? He led Butters Ninju. Jesus. Did have an opponent lead with Ninju? Damn, Capium, what's up, man? Glad you can sound out words. LOL. I tried to do it on the fly at the beginning and get it wrong. Cloud Chucker bringing in Chef. Appreciate you, buddy. Get that shield, or not the shield, the freeze. Looking pretty good. This one we did have the levels on. Not all the levels. We do have level 5 Maxi, level 5 Mosquito. Very easy to lose a match this week with under-leveled cards on those two. But it's all about what cycle you got. If you had your Maxi and stuff when you needed it. You know, did you have regen at the end of it? Did you have the Ninju? Stuff like that. Well, this is on the Adventure Locked account, which is currently... Or no, this isn't the Adventure Locked account. I'm stupid. No, I just... Sunday night, man. You know, I'll go from matching Warghoul to matching a 3,500 ranked person. So it's really up and down. You know, I mean, I lost a couple this week on the alt accounts. One on Nam, one on Moody, which we'll watch. I lost one on this account that was just like he led Maxi, Mosquito, Terrence, Ninju, and I didn't have Maxi or Ninju in my first 8 cards. So I was just completely fucked. Like it was I literally had nothing I could do. It was with the deck, the hand kind of looked like that. My Sizzler was level 1. Or no, I'm thinking of the other. I'm thinking when Moody lost. Sizzler was level 1, and so it was pretty much worthless. But yeah, Sizzler level 3, not terrible, not great. But if you get that Ninju off on him, it'll be very good. Ninju level 4 coming out. All right, let's see if the Stewart level 3 can just dice through that Maxi. Looks like he is dealing with that Maxi. Nicely done. Neutralizing the threat, and then we get that regen coming through. Ooh, the AoE from that, not bad. But as you can tell, like once you get this push going, and this is what the game was like. Once you got that push going, there was no stopping that. This was my off chance to see if Ninju maybe could kill him, but unfortunately he's just not quite able to because of the Stewart stun, which is just unfortunate. We would have made it if he didn't Stewart hit us. Like we had it, but luckily we were able to get that Terrence out there, and then the only level 1 Stewart, not too big of a deal. I always wait till late Sunday, seem to get closer at my rank opponent, because if I go Friday, yeah, it's really different, man. Sometimes I'll see people get 2Ks on Saturday too, so it's really hard to judge. But my concept is, one, Sunday night is just the best time I have to do it, and I enjoy it. I hang out with Towley for about an hour the whole time, like tally game, and I'm listening to a podcast the whole time, so I just take it at my own pace. That's why I don't want to do it live, because I don't want to like be forced to play them all in succession, you know. Hippold Rich 65. Hippold Rich. Hip Eldritch. I got it. It's a Hip Eldritch. I'm not sure what an Eldritch is, but yeah. At least play, you know? Like, don't not play. At least play. Because you never know. Like, you could see my 8200 Adventure Lock and quit when you had, like, such an out-leveled deck compared to me. That'd be ridiculous, right? So, we'll switch over. to the main account. We got Feral Hog 06. He looks like a little bit of a hog. Got 3 7K players all the time. Yeah, Sunday I either play like later, like 11 p.m., 12 p.m., or it's like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It just kind of depends on when I get the time away. Because once I'm done with this, my girlfriend gets home, and so I'm hanging out with her. Or on Sunday, the Sunday stream. When I'm done with the Sunday stream, my girlfriend's home, and so I hang out with her. And so if the weekly update gets done early, not the weekly update, sorry, I'm confusing the streams. If the retro stream gets done early, then I have, you know, a little bit of time to play a couple games if I needed to, which would be at 6, 7, 8, something like that. But most of the time, or if she goes and works out, or, you know, maybe she's late for coming back from work or whatever it might be. But this week, levels were really, really hard to overcome this week. You couldn't, I mean, certain levels, like the Ninja level, the Mephisto level, like the program stand level was actually pretty impactful. The Maxi level, if you had a level 4 versus a level 6, you were in pretty big trouble. With the Terrence, you don't really want to put 2 cards next to your new kid. You know the Terrence is going to be there, and like look at that, just smoked them both. Now hopefully we can get the heal on the Terrence a little bit. Yeah, hopefully he'll survive. Nicely done, he'll survive. Should have put the freeze ray on him right there. But the damage that they're causing ain't gonna help. I mean, Silver League, I normally queue like midday. Yeah, Silver is Silver's crazy, man. The type of decks you can get in Silver though, like every once in a while you could catch somebody who's running like level 4 Legends or something, and you just catch it. The team just built a really stupid deck, but this guy's deck happened to just match it perfectly. That one, that's tough. You know, even if you assassin step a high level card, if you're not high enough level, the new kid doesn't really help enough. So even though he did step me, my guy survived that first hit because new kid didn't help break that threshold. Sometimes if new kid was level 25, it might have been fine. There's that extra, 40, 50, 60 HP that gets deleted with the 3 hits from new kid before he gets to the bar. To the tower. That's really impactful, but 14 or whatever it is, 13, whatever it is, 18, I can't remember, something like that. In the teens, on the level 14 new kid, it's just definitely not worth it. Now we got to get that Ninja out. Face the Golden Wood League. Damn, had 3 legends and level 4 epics. Jesus. Yeah, and that's what happens on the Adventure Lock. Sometimes, I just get an impossible game. And Moody, that happened last week. I had level 5, or not level 5. I had level 3 rares, and it was like Witch and Swordsman. And so, like, I just didn't stand a chance, like, at all. If somebody had those cards leveled, like, there's nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. Monkey was definitely the choice this week. Scout Ike I saw in a couple games, but it's just not, I don't think the benefit that you get from the extra 1 energy is worth the fact that Scout's just a dog shit card. You're probably just going to want to step with him anyway. So yeah. Buy the battle pass, come on. No, it's like the, second day it's out, no big deal. 55.20, I mean, it's just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was waiting for that imp. All right, get that out there. Freeze them. Double freeze them. Perfect timing. The mosquito's dead, so no heals there. He gets the freeze out, which is good. Unfortunately, new kid's just out of range, but we're able to take care of that. He does kill the monkey, which is unfortunate. Kite, yeah, I was gonna say Kite would be good here. Can Kite deal with the level 4? Looks like it. Ooh, the freeze ray coming out. Let's go on the top side. That's 3 energy. He's not getting back. Looks like the choir boy is gonna be able to take it. The Jesus dead in a second. Jesus will be back to take another beating from Jesus. Get the heal out on him. Nicely done. Oh, and he's attacking new kid. Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. Can we protect the Kite? Yes. Jesus heals the Kite. Beautifully played. Level 4 Kite doing his job. Bet you this guy's like, God damn it. Kite was such a good choice. Why did we pick Imp? I didn't have a single chance to play Imp. This guy brutalized me with Kite. All right. Well played. Good game. I love these two flying. It's great to have, and look, they're right behind, or right between Jesus. All right, so now we got the games again on Moody, which are gonna be much more interesting. We'll start from the bottom and go up. Moody games are always pretty fun. We're in gold right now. We were in Nambla, so one, the games kind of sort of matter. Nambla did get second this week, and two, the levels are fairly typically pretty even. Every once in a while, we get our asses beat by just somebody who should be in Gold League, you know? I don't think Moody, you know, I never thought that Moody would be in a position where he could actually be a benefit to Nambla, because just based on, I mean, he's in Namblos most of the time, you know, he's not even hanging out in Nambling. So oh, that was a really nice chip. I didn't even notice that chip. That was a great chip on his fast pass. But Ninju actually staying behind to deal with that means he's going to survive the New Kid Blast, which is actually pretty great. And we get the innocent placenta murdered. And now look at this, 56-31. So we got, I mean, we felt pretty good when we were going into these games. We're like, all right, great matchups for Moody and Gold, you know, like we need some easy matchups for Moody to be able to get that 3 wins. That's TVT was all about rotation. Yeah, exactly. It was just who can get the better Ninju out on Maxi, Mosquito. The best hand was lead Maxi, play Mosquito close to him. Then when the fight starts about mid, you put Terrence Mephisto, you know, behind it, and then you put Ninju out on top side, and then you're borderline unbeatable at that point. Because even if they won't have the energy to be able to, because they'd have to build pretty much the same push in order to beat you. But in order to build that push, they'd have to survive that Ninju push for a little bit. And if you put your Maxi out in front of a Ninju put, like your Maxi's gonna die, and by the time you get the energy to play the Ninju, you're gonna lose anyway. So we did this one without the Ninju. Hold on. $78 at level 3? That's pretty good. That goes up way. That goes up quick. All right, Captain Hindsight from We're Sorry. We're Sorry is actually was actually bracketed this week with Nambla. Coon Legends took 4th place to We're Sorry by about 24 points. So fortunately, this game didn't have any impact on that. See, that's another reason why Monkey was the right choice. But I have a couple friends in Coon Legends, and they were talking about it. Oh, I was like, where the fuck did the imp go? So really bad imp, but actually ends out like kind of working out for him. Somehow his Mosquito was attacking my New Kid instead of my Mosquito. That kind of bugged me, but this should work out for us. We got that heal. Now, unfortunately, because of the levels here, I think that like people are gonna die just because it's like that cheap. If I would have had to chunk through a whole bar, would have been much easier to survive that. But unfortunately, he's able to deal with our push here. After the 2nd bar, at least. Like if we would have been able to survive better and then survive after this bar, that would have been ideal. But now we're in a decent position. We have 1 bar up, minute and 43 seconds. But as you saw from some of the levels, we are a couple level downs on a few key cards. Our Mysterion is a level down. Our Priest Maxi, I think, isn't maxed, if I remember correctly. Didn't have the coins for it. Sizzler's level 1, so he's borderline worthless. And our program is lower than his program by probably the full way. I think our program was only 4, so I wasn't even max 4. So it's unfortunate there, and now he comes in with this. Now I try to get the freeze out, but I don't know what I possibly could have done here. Now the better choice would be to maybe have just slammed the choir boy up top, or or not up top, but down on the bottom side. So like right here, instead of trying to defend at all here, what I should have done was just immediately slam Choir Boy once Terrence Mephisto started attacking New Kid. I should have slammed Choir Boy on the bottom side, and then hoped that Choir Boy would get onto New Kid or get close, because you saw he didn't play. He waited to play the Ninja there, so we would have had a chance. What's up, Loyal? We would have had a chance to come back on that, but without that Sizzler able to fill that slot, we didn't really have a chance once he ninju'd to stop that push. Especially, I mean, he regen the Terrence and the Imp were about to die there, so that was all just levels. Like my cars just couldn't deal. There was just a couple slots where the levels were better, and that was enough to kind of edge it out. What's up, Jay? But it worked out, and if it's good though, because if they would have won by like 9 points, and then I was telling my friend like, dude, if I would have fucking beat them with Moody, but they earned their 3rd place. Now, Ozzy Trejo, I believe, is a YouTube streamer, if I remember correctly. Team legit got 2nd place by 2 points. Oh man, that's brutal. 2 points. What team are you on again? Are you on Hella Team style still? Let's see if we can get the freeze with that level 1 Stewart. It's good because we got the kite, so we can protect it a little bit, but we can't protect our kite or the people getting attacked, but we're able to save them. The Chomper comes in now. We're putting the Mysterion out just in case he drops something to defend, because Mysterion comes back anyway, so it's not a big loss. We didn't look like we needed it though. At a pre-match disconnect loss. Oh, that sucked. That's the worst. That's just the worst, man. Always gotta be sure your shit's good. That monkey dealing with 2 assassins. Love that. Love that. You don't like Ozzy? He's a silver player, level 20 New Kid. 67.97. That's gold, isn't it? You see those first 2 bullshit TVT matches? Start of the video I sent you. I watched them. I watched a bunch of Team Wars games this week, so I don't necessarily remember the exact one you're talking about. But yeah, I remember one of your matches was kind of crazy. It was just like, what? Get that freeze out. Nope, that plus 78 is gonna murder through him. Nicely done. Nicely done. Ooh, the Ninja surviving, and that plus 78 on him. Very nice. We should have tried to get Maxi to protect him, but that level 3 Ninja's just got enough. Just got enough that it's a good protection. We can get the Choir Boy to take the hits instead of him. Looks like he is, and then he hits the. Oh, look at that huge hit into the Terrence Mephisto. Beautifully done. Ozzy Trejo getting taken out by Moody fucking Bucketheads. Good game. Nice to see Moody doing well. She's still missing a lot of level legends and quite a few epics and rares to competitive levels. Some of them have the cards but just don't have the mats and the coins to do it. But took all 3 bars, all 3 guys. Yeah, it's nice coming back from 2 losses and taking 3 wins. It's nice. Real nice. Moody with them DSLs. I mean, you gotta love Moody. You gotta love the Moody lips. We're gonna do a costume contest in October for the Buckethead Army, and you're gonna have to use one of the 3, or I guess there's 4 things I consider the Buckethead. It's this one, the one my main run, well, I mean this one, the Buckethead one, the one my main run sometimes with that weird the weird Moody actually should put that other one on. It's like it's not a bucket, but it's like a Darth Vader helmet kind of. And then Moody usually runs that other bucket helmet where it's like cut out and you can see the full face, because I like being able to see the lips. But then I saw that this one framed the face perfectly, like framed the lips perfectly, and I was like, oh, that's got to be the choice. And so I think maybe we'll take DNG and we'll switch it for the one where like you can see like the thing comes. Probably get rid of those glasses. I typically don't change the new kids when I get them. Kind of a respect thing. Except Moody, I changed quite a bit. Moody, I changed. But let's get back to the weekly update where we got the deck choices to go through this week. A lot of fun games this week, though. It was exciting on Moody, a couple good ones, and the Adventure Lock had a couple good games. I was worried about the Adventure Lock just simply because the only card I had leveled was Terrence, but because of just, you know, the bronze matchmaking, they weren't too hard matchups. But once we get to silver, some weeks like this where all we have is one card, it's gonna be much more difficult to deal with. Much more difficult to deal with. Oh, all right. All right, deck choices next. Got a bunch of them. Let me move them over here. All right, so first take on all of these. I like to glance through it just to see what's around for removal and shit like that. Okay, no hard removal. Fireball, mind control. Okay, so let's start with the Bradley versus the Bebe. Now these votes are tainted because they're the Adventure Lock votes, so you don't want to look at the actual votes here. The only vote that I actually disagreed with the team on was I thought we should go Poison instead of Aerostorm because I don't think we're going to get the value from Aerostorm at the level, because we're going to have to get Fireball leveled up to the point where he can kill Timmy. And the Poison level 4 deals with a couple of the things you would want it to deal with, like a potential low level Bradley or some of the assassins, you know, maybe there's a fucking Gizmo out there. So this week, Bradley, let's take a look at all the fighters. So it'd be Heidi, that slot with the reds, Mimsy, or is Mimsy a tank? I don't remember. Mimsy's considered a tank, so is Murph, right? Yeah, it's a good week for Adventure Lock for sure this week. Honestly, we should jump everybody to name blues and compete in gold this week. But yeah, so they don't help. Mackie, I've always said Mackie might pair well with him. Let's see what else we got here. That's it pretty much, huh? Yeah, I don't think Bradley's worked this week. I think you're gonna want to go with the Robo Bebe. Robo Bebe could get those last hits on a lot of those assassins that could help speed her up. You do want to be careful for the mind control if you're running her, though. You don't want to get her speed boosted and then murder you. He's a tank. Okay, so yeah, they're not going to get that bonus. And coupled with Bradley, he's not as impactful at level 1, or at level 2, I guess, as Space Pilot or Dar would be. You do kind of have to have him leveled, I feel, to really get a big impact on there, because it is, I mean, that AoE is nice regardless, but that it's the extra boost that makes it like super useful. But yeah, with that AoE, you can get some chips on New Kid, and especially in Team Wars, that could win you the game. So if you want to run him level 2, try him out, just because you might get some, you know, good defense with him. You're probably gonna be okay. Yeah, the attack boost just wasn't, it's just not gonna really be worth it. But I mean, I will say that lower, like if you're gonna be playing like base level cards, that's pretty good, because like if you boost a card that has 14 attack by 14, that's 100% increase. That's pretty good. But I know Frontier rocked at 5, but I don't have him at that level. Yeah. And you wouldn't, there's a lot of cards you're gonna want to level this week, and I don't think you're gonna want to dump a bunch of caps into an epic card here. So I think Robo is the choice. I think I could play Robo better. she has a punishing ability if you get it stacked. There's a couple targets that will make it easy to stack. She beats Ice Sniper Wendy to hell if they go up toe to toe. So 18 at max too. Yeah, it's just I don't know if it's worth it. The Heidi would be what gets the most value out of it, and I don't know. I mean, you do have the Mackie. The Mackie would be boosting Heidi, but then you don't want to group your troops to get the Mackie because the fireball is out there, right? So probably not the best choice. Heidi's the choice here. I just don't really see anything that Alien Clyde could hit, and when you're probably gonna run the AQR, so you don't want to have somebody already poisoned by Alien Clyde because they won't stack. Inkin's the choice here. As much as I love Marine Craig, Inkin's just too good. He's the only legend you can choose this week, so he's gonna be where you dump all your caps. Red versus Swashbuckler versus AQR is interesting because Shaman token is an option, and I think because there's fireball, it makes Mackie kind of a liability because his whole aura is a fireball range, might even be less than the fireball range, and so Shaman is going to be the de facto choice this week, probably just because of that, and that makes Red kind of a wasted card because you can't play her unless you see the Shaman token die, and nobody's going to play Shaman unless they see the AQR, because the idea is they play AQR, you play Shaman. The only option you'd have would be to then fireball the Shaman, which obviously wouldn't be a good fucking choice. So probably Mackie will be Shaman all the time, and probably Shaman will be in deck waiting for the AQR. So use the Swashbuckler then. Group them up for the fireball. That might help. What's up, Techers? Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Thought Shaman would work because of all the poisons, but they won't buff him enough to beat ass. Yeah, exactly. He's just not good enough of a unit so that you could play him in hopes of... I mean, you could play it after you put your push out, and it could be just an AQR deterrent, but the value that you'd get from them putting AQR out and then you clearing the poison with Shaman, the value from that would be way more than them just not playing the AQR, because you're stealing energy from them at that point, which is better than just keeping them from playing it. So I like the Swashbuckler this week. You can pull targets in for the fireball with what's his face, with Murph. With Murph out there, you could be freezing the things that are attacking the Swashbuckler that are taunted, so it could help you survive even longer with that. You know, imagine putting Swashbuckler behind the Murph when he's being attacked by a kid, like maybe it's Inkin or something, and then Murph just stuns him the whole time while the other guy's walking to get into Swashbuckler's range and just wasting a lot of time. That's a good combo. I like that. So as well as you can line them up for the Inkin, because Inkin's definitely the choice this week. Getting the Timmy, I think, is your biggest target, or the Bradley. That's another reason excuse me, why you wouldn't want to run the Bradley, because Inkin's just gonna blow him off the fucking map anyway. So I like the Astro this week because that speed boost with Smuggler Ike used to be the fucking bread and butter of the accounts back in the day. Those cheap, common focused early decks. Really, I used to lead with Astro Ike all the time, and that speed boost on Ike or Sally can be really impactful. And I just don't see the deckhand being super useful. The deckhand, just that extra cost, I think, is what's not worth it to me. The deckhand could heal the Murph, and that would be really good if he healed Murph, but he could also heal a fucking Gizmo or another assassin, or he could get killed by New Kid and not heal anybody. So deckhand just has too much downside and too much, like, you're paying that extra energy for something you're not going to get any value from. But the Astro, it's a decent body. He's got more health than everybody else, so he survives a little bit longer than others. And when he gets that boost out, if that boost is on Mimsy, if that boost is on Murph, even if that boost is on Mackie, if that boost is on the fucking Monkey, that could be game winning right there. Definitely want it on the Monkey. That's your goal. Ice Sniper versus Timmy. You're gonna want to go for Timmy because of that extra health. Might survive the Arrow Storm, might survive the Poison, might survive the super low level Fireball, and then might survive any other sort of damage that comes at him. That's gonna be your goal there for sure, is to, you know, keep him alive as much as you can because he'll be very impactful. But one thing you want to keep in mind is you want to play him on the top or bottom side. You don't want to play him behind your new kid because then that's just giving Inkin the range on him. If you play on the top or bottom side, Timmy's range is long enough where he'll stay the fuck away from Inkin for quite a long time. He gets blasted from new kid and ends up healing new kid. Exactly, yeah, exactly. If you don't play him on this side, he'll get knocked backward. And you usually want to play him in the middle so he's next to the guy you're trying to kill. Yep, I agree. The knockback is kind of what makes him a little bit worthless. Murph, I think, is the choice this week. There's fucking mind control, so like Mimsy could just get sent back the other direction and not bother you. There's a lot of cheap cards this week. I can just foresee myself playing Heidi, then playing Ike, waiting for the Fireball. When they play the Fireball, then you play Sally or the Monkey, and you just keep pushing Mimsy out of the way. I don't think that's going to be hard to do. Excuse me, my voice is going out. That's not going to be hard to do at all. So Mimsy would just be too easy for a good player to avoid the Mimsy issues. If you're just killing potatoes, Mimsy might be the choice, but Murph is going to do just as good. Get onto New Kid, you know, run past a Mackie. Is it just Mackie that... Yeah, literally the only fucking card in this entire deck that he doesn't stun is Mackie himself or Mimsy. No, wait, Mimsy's a kid. I lied. So yeah, Murph is definitely the right choice this week. Shaman, we already talked about this. I think you have to pick Shaman just in case they're running AQR. And he's not a terrible card to play by himself. Just remember, he doesn't do anything to the mind control, so you're not going to be able to stop that, but he would stop, you know, Marine Craig poison, the spell poison, stuff like that. So useful if you need to. Just remember, like, once the status hits, you have to play him immediately so you get the charge as soon as you can. And then don't play him into a group so they can just fireball you and take the value. Be smart about that. Fireball is the choice here just because you might have to kill the Timmy. You might have to kill the group by the Mackie. You might have to kill just a couple assassins by New Kid, and you need to kill them at the same time, or else, you know, the Astro boost will get it. Which Bradley's better? I think the best Bradley is Space Pilot for sure. Then I think I would give it I would give it to Fantasy Bradley because the play style of it, if you play it right, it's impossible to stop. Like, literally it's impossible. But like, if you play them right when somebody's in range and they start hitting on New Kid and you can't defend that, like, but I think it's easier to get the value from the Fantasy Bradley because of the decks that Fantasy Bradley lets you play. Whereas Frontier Bradley, you're kind of stuck into a certain deck, and I don't necessarily think that's a super good deck right now. Like your fighter heavy kind of decks, it's not the range heavy slow played Ninja behind Zen decks are just gonna eat you alive unless you can get that AoE on the range. So it's kind of a toss up. I think you can easily get the value from a Fantasy Bradley, whereas with Frontier Bradley it's a little harder to get that value because a good player could just play their cards where Bradley's AoE won't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can just, oh, okay, you have Bradley out, I won't play any cards next to each other. I won't play them anywhere near each other, right? But if you take Elf Bradley and you have visitors coming down and they're about to hit your New Kid and you're about to put Hanky on them and they start hitting your New Kid 5 feet before they were gonna, and they have a ninja boost and they take your bar, like, you can't do anything about that. There's nothing you can do about that. I can't outplay my way out of Bradley being able to outrange me, you know what I mean? Namblings! So yeah, Fireball this week for sure. I don't think anybody's gonna run the mind control. There's just not a whole... There's not a whole lot of options. Did I just lose the stream again? No. Oh, that was weird. We just lost it for a second. There's not a whole lot of options to mind control this week. The only thing I could think would be like a charging Murph, but even then that wouldn't do anything. A speed boosted Ike that Astro just speed boosted, you could mind control back his other way, but that's just gonna, that's so easy to deal with. He just puts an assassin, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's really good. For smaller teams, MC will save caps. Yeah, but there's other slots you can save caps. Astro, you could technically run base just for the speed boost. You could maybe leave Frontier Bradley fairly low level. Shaman, technically, you could leave base level. But yeah, I agree. If you're really trying to look to save caps, but I don't think saving, I very rarely think that saving caps, that you should save caps by making a worse deck. I think you're better off with a better deck that might be one card is under leveled versus, because you've seen people beat people with crazy different card levels, right? So I think most of the time you're better off just making the best deck and just going with the levels that you can get. Whereas if you're at the tippity top, then you're talking about the difference between like a level 4 ninja versus a level 5 ninja, and that's what you're saving the caps for. That's completely different. Like, that's fucking game changing. But if you're talking about, you know, getting a level 5 rare to a level 6 rare, and that's what you're saving by going mind control, you're probably going to lose the matches that the Fireball would have saved you the caps on. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's necessarily the best choice for most people to think about. If there was, I would say that if there was a better target for mind control, it would make more sense, but there's just not a good target for mind control this week. I can't find myself playing mind control ever, not once. Because a smart player wouldn't play into mind control if they haven't seen the Fireball yet. So they're playing away from both of them. The Monkey's the greatest though. Monkey's the choice here. Obviously this is Adventure Lock, but I think my personal choice is, I think we should go Poison and Monkey, because Monkey level 3 is fine, totally playable. Sally level 6, most of us on Adventure Lock don't even have Sally leveled up because she's just not a card that we would waste stuff on. And Poison at level 4 does a decent stuff. Glans, we needed Inuit at 4 this week. I don't know why they make him an option so often. Probably just because when it comes to the deck building, they kind of try to get one of each, right? And so it's either going to be Gizmo, Astro, Monkey, or Cyborg. And there was a long time where we were getting Cyborg every fucking week. So, and in this week, they had all 3. They have 3 slots. So there's usually 3 assassin slots. So if it's not a week where there's multiple themes, then you're gonna get 3 out of 4 of the assassins, depending on the theme. Some themes only have 3 assassins. You're gonna get 3 out of the 4 assassins as an option every week. So it's true. Like, why do they give us that option every week? Because they give us the majority of options every week when it comes to assassins. Like, if you look at the adventure assassins, we're not missing an adventure assassin. We have all 3 of the adventure assassins. And the only reason that Sci-Fi has an extra one is because we've since added Monkey. So yeah, when you have 3 slots for the assassin role, and there's no Hanky to take a spot. You know, usually Hanky takes a spot. Why there's no Hanky? I don't know. Hanky's the greatest. Gizmo versus Ike. I don't see Gizmo getting a real benefit this week. The only thing that I could see beneficial about Gizmo is that if he gets AQR'd, you can get another Gizmo from him before he dies. Like, I don't... Oh yeah, Inuit Kenny. Yeah. That's right. There was 4. But Gizmo gets arrow stormed. Gizmo gets poisoned. Gizmo gets fucking inkened. Gizmo gets killed by Marine Craig poison. Gizmo dies to AQR mostly. If you play AQR like late. I don't see it. I don't see. And Ike, quick attack, you know, you get that extra damage where, you know, if somebody's on, you know, if your Murph is attacking Murph, you could put your Ike out and get a bunch of damage. Yeah, and the gizmos are just Robo Bebe food too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just no... I mean, if there was Space Pilot Bradley in the deck, maybe we could discuss... man, why wouldn't they put Space Pilot Frontier? Like, that's the choice between those two. Like, that's such a better idea. But yeah, I like the Ike this week for sure. Ike is always a strong choice in Team Wars, especially if you have him level 7. He's a pretty decent card. And then we have the Aerostorm versus the Poison. I like the Poison this week on Adventure Lock, just for that. Saving the caps there is actually important, but Aerostorm is probably going to be what you want just because there's so many assassins. If they lead with Astro Monkey, that's a good Aerostorm. They don't get value from the Astro, so it's almost like you're saving 1 energy there as well. It also chips away at the range. I'm pretty sure it kills Wendy. Puts a decent chunk into all the stuff out there that might also be getting chunked by AQR. So just a lot of stuff that it's useful for. I would be careful though, because you're gonna end up with really bad hands this week. So you're gonna want to be smart about what cards you play when. And be mindful that if you have a 5-cost card and a 2-cost card, and you could kind of play either one of them, in some situations you might want to pick the higher cost one just so that you can have that cheaper card still in your deck if you need it. Because, I mean, think about this hand. Think about you go fucking Mimsy, you have Fireball in your hand, you have Aerostorm in your hand, then you have Shaman Token, who you're waiting for the AQR, and then you have Swashbuckler. That's your hand. What do you do? What do you do? You lead Shaman. When Shaman's dead, your push gets murdered by AQR. Probably a loss. You can't lead with one of the spells. In this situation, you probably can't wait to use the spells to see what he does. Is this going to be a rotation week? No, I think this week you could come back from anything, because it's a fairly quick deck. You know, the rotation weeks are the ones where it's a big combo, like Maxi plus Ninja plus something else. Those are the ones where it really matters what you get when. In this deck, it doesn't really matter what you get when, because in most situations you're gonna have a card that you can play whenever. In most situations, 80% of the time you'll have one of the assassins in your hand, and you can play an assassin on an empty board whenever. It's almost playable whenever. The Timmy, pretty much playable whenever. Murph, borderline playable whenever. So there's a lot. Heidi can pretty much play her whenever. So there's a lot of cards where you're gonna get that kind of like quick moving feeling. You're gonna cycle from Ike to Ike to Astro to Sally, or to Monkey, I guess, probably to Heidi, then, you know, Robo Bebe in the back. Like, there's a lot of cheap cards to pair with those big ones. So I think the average of this deck, even with the Aerostorm and the Fireball, would probably be still mid 3s, because it's what, 3 2 costs, so 4 2 costs if you go Sally. So yeah, pretty cheap deck. And not to mention, there's no, with the exception of Inkin, there's no 4-cost range. The ranges are 3 costs, so there's not like you got Sharon in there too, or like the Buccaneer Bebe or something like that. So a lot of quick moving cards. The cycle will be quick, so you can kind of cycle to what cards you'll need regardless. You could get a bad starting hand, but it would take 1 card to turn that card into a good card. So Marine Craig is OP. I like him a lot, but we saw in the games this past week that he just wasn't very good. Wasn't useful enough to be able to play him. Now, I will admit that... Oh, what the hell? Where'd that go? Developer update? I'm trying to get the developer update in the window, but it's like not an option. The fuck? I'm in window mode. Oh, there it is. That was really weird. All right. So we do got the dev update. But yeah, I don't think just chip with Craig and win. Ink and Fireball. Yeah, exactly. Marine Craig, who chips more? Depends on the level. If Marine Craig is 6, his chip is 120. So, but he also hits, you know, stuff around him times 2. But I think Inkin level 5 is 127 or something, 125, something like that. So, depending on the level, but they're roughly the same. But you know, just the difference of what Inkin brings to the field afterwards and stuff like that. Inkin Pope Dar, yeah, dude, you triple that. That's so stupid. I hate that. If you pope, like that's the type of shit I can't get behind, man. Can't get behind that type of chip. That's some bullshit. All right, let's look at the dev update. The moment you guys have all been waiting for, asking for feedback. So hopefully the comments will be pretty lit. But we got a typical week. This week you can see. You have to. I guess we could. Can we zoom in a little bit on this part? You see a little bit. We got Ultra Speed Crew, which means that all Cartman, Kenny, Kyle, and Stan cards will have their speeds increased. Which I thought they did that not that long ago. But challenge mode is a little bit better than it has been. We played a little bit on Moody, and the matches seemed pretty fair. So that was pretty good. Had a lot of fun. We might play a little bit more on Moody on Thursdays. Kind of try to get that account a little bit better, because that account's hanging out on Nambla nowadays every once in a while. So it'd be nice to have a couple more of those rare cards evened out at level 5, and it's mostly just getting the coins to do it. So on Moody we might just have to grind some coinage. He's got 4K cash, so like we can grind it pretty well. You play gnomes on Inkin, they are forced to use Dar. We want taters all the time. Yeah. That was just a couple months ago. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I didn't think it was that long ago. But we do have a card event next week. Witch Garrison, Grand Wizard, Dark Mage. I love playing Dark Mage Craig, so I'm totally up for that. I don't have any 7s in fantasy to bring him up, but I'll play him at level 6 and hang out. It's fun. I'll probably put Leanne level 5 in there. Damn, that's a crazy. And then throw Frontier Badly in there again. That's nice of them to do that 2 weeks in a row. Give us the new card to let us play with them. That's nice. Throw in some money to bring in free win bot. So here are the event points. We'll go slowly in case anybody cares to remember. These have been changed and have been lowered to where they were before. Okay, I guess they were updated last night. All right, the weekend has given us all time to experience the new changes that we've made to Phone Destroyer, and I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. Now that the dust has begun to settle, the team and I are looking for your feedback. We're also investigating some of the bugs you've been reporting, especially the ones having to do with the new ad integration. If you've experienced any crashing problems, or if you've watched ads without receiving the intended reward, please let us know. If you let me know your in-game name with your report, that will make it easier for the team to check your data and get to the bottom of these issues. If you can also recall what the ad you were watching was, that would be great. Yeah, that's actually a really important part, because some ads behave differently. So if they know which ad it is, they can report that to the ad agency and say, hey, this ad is breaking our stuff. What can we do? Also, if you were on one of the players who was having difficulty connecting to PvP matches, either over data or Wi-Fi, please let me know if you're still unable to connect. That was probably a similar issue to what I had a while back with the deployment not going to the right shit or whatever. What's up, Jimmy James? Leanne Deathwish hasn't been working? Ooh. Interesting. Also, if you weren't... Oh, sorry, you read that one. We were already aware of the free pack bug, which is when the timer in Cartman's shop doesn't line up correctly until you move to a different screen. Yeah, I've noticed that. You open your free packs, you come out, and it still says you have a free pack. Kind of annoying. Unintended change to free packs. They took out something. Can't remember what, but now they're back to normal. If you haven't joined their Discord, !SP Discord in my chat to get that link. Otherwise, !Discord for my link. The end of another season will happen, and we'll have, and this is going to be next Tuesday, remember? So we'll have some balance changes, but they're not ready to let us know what those are. But they will be updated on Monday, so we'll get to talk to that. Usually they give us at least a list, but not specifics, but this time they didn't. And then here this is explaining that General Disarray, City Walk, Space Pilot, Dark Angel, Chaos Hamsters, and Thunderbird have all been released into the full circulation, is what they call it, where you can get them from Cartman Shop, Butter Shop, PvP, Campaign Lockers, PvP, PvP and free packs. And now you'll start seeing them in daily deals and stuff like that. So you'll be able to move up on those. I'm excited that Thunderbird's going to be able to get pulled on the Adventure Lock now. It'd be nice to get him upgraded and usable, because that card's awesome. Exactly, Cloud Chucker. Chaos Hamsters, nice to start getting those as well. And then obviously Space Pilot, Dark Angel, it'd be nice to start picking up copies of them. City Walk too. A couple of us are close to level 4, and he might be playable and see what he's like. And then this is just showing that a lot of these cards are changing when the arena you're going to unlock them is. As you go up in the arena, a lot of us don't even think about this anymore, but as you go up in the arenas, you start to unlock new cards. And that's intentional for multiple reasons. One, to help you learn the game quicker, or learn the game in a more succinct manner, where if you're starting at level 1 and you could access every single card in the game, you're gonna be so overwhelmed with what to do. But here you start with the first theme, then you start to the second theme, you start slow, and not only that, but you slowly unlock the cards of that theme. And that does actually help you as well, because some of the cards later on are just much stronger. Like Dark Angel Red, you won't have to deal with Dark Angel Red until you get to Arena 10. So that's kind of a cool feature. A lot of games do it this way. Almost every game I've ever played that has like cards and leaderboard, or characters and leaderboard, it's almost always set up like this, where as you go up the arenas, you start unlocking new cards. And then that also helps you collect the cards too, because you could stay at a lower rank and collect some of these other cards and get to, a decently playable rank with those, kind of like you do with Adventure Lock, except just stay, a lower rank, get a decent thing, and then start unlocking those other ones. Because as you unlock new cards, your pool increases and it's harder and harder to upgrade stuff. I believe all of these are being lowered. So most of these were lowered so that you'll see them a little sooner. These are kind of interesting. City Walk at 4 is kind of interesting. But all right, will the release of cards every other week? With the release of cards every other week and the new ad revenue, any investment in your infrastructure to bring the game fully server side? I don't think it's worth it. The game's been going for 3 years, roughly 3 years. And it runs fairly well. Like, you can you're gonna have issues if you're on mobile sometimes, but if you watch me play hard lined in on BlueStacks for 5 hours, you won't see very much fuckery going on. You just won't. And a lot of the issues in mobile games is caused because mobile connections are imperfect. Especially when you're constantly, this isn't a turn-based shit where you can send it up to the thing, wait a little bit, send it, like this is real time the entire time. Every interaction has to be back and forth. And so my guess is they'd have to fully recreate their game engine in order to put it server side. And at this junction in the game, you don't do that. At that point, you make a new game. You don't. If there was a huge problem, like if people were disconnecting every single game, if there was just rampant issues every single game for every single person, then obviously that's something they would want to look into and maybe invest some time into. But the amount of money they would take in manpower, which I don't think manpower is something they really have, at least not technical manpower, I don't think that it's viable. Nor would I ever think in any meeting ever there's no way that this would get past the point of getting into a ticket to complete. You know what I mean? It's too much, and at this point I don't really feel like they need to. There's no friends thing. They kind of let the outside game like Discord and stuff like that handle all that for them. Ideally, they would have started with a friends list where you could friendly fight anybody from anywhere, and then with that would come replays of your battles, and with that would come all the match history and all that kind of stuff. But I think at this point it's too far along to like, that's something that you have to have implemented at the beginning, or else it's almost impossible. Because when you run into games like all these other games that I play, these stupid mobile games, they all have match history and they can all read back the games and you can watch back the games. But the thing about it is that it's not like a video of the game. You know what I mean? It's not like an MP3 save or MP4 saved of the game. It's a code representation of all the interactions that happened in that game. There's some times where you'll be watching it and what is actually happening isn't what was going on, because there's spectator bugs where the way that their spectator mode works or their replay mode works, something doesn't work right. And usually what happens is they, like, just like in the old days when you used to save your game with a password, you're like, oh, here's your password, Aladdin, Jafar, Genie, Abu, and it would just save the amount of lives you had, what level you were on, you know, that your score, that kind of stuff. You could do the same thing because you're just compressing everything that happened in that game, all the interactions that happened in that game, you're compressing them into like a text string kind of thing. It's obviously more complicated than that, but it's like if you take a picture, if you're dealing in code and you have a picture and you have to put that picture, like a PNG, into like a text document, you can do that because there is a text representation of a picture that you can that your computer can understand, and when it redoes that string of text, it will recreate the exact pixels and the exact thing. Like this is like if you're in like Adobe Suite or something, like Adobe Design or something like that. So the same thing with this, you would take there'd be this long string of characters basically that would basically be, and obviously it would be like a data structure, but it would be holding all of the interactions, that entire game. And then it just plays it back, which is why in spectator modes you don't have a bar that you can go back and forth. You know what I mean? You can click a button and go back 30 seconds, or you can restart it, or you can slow it down and speed it up, but you can't just go back and forward typically, unless it's something really robust like Rocket League's. Rocket League's replay is a full replay of the entire 3D space. You can fly around. Like that one's that kind of stuff is way better. But when you're talking just a cheap ass mobile game, you're just getting it replayed. So that's why, you know, you can go to it, but think about that. That means you would have to have the game save all of those interactions in a way where the game could then read it. And to put something like that in now would be it's just not worth the time. It's not worth the development. Usually what happens is they have 40 people develop the game, and then 30 of them stop working on the game once the core is done, once the engine's done, once everything's done, and then the rest of the people are just the management team basically. They're not management, like management, like management of a apartment building, not like management of a law firm or something. Like they manage the building. They deal with the bugs. They put out new content, which basically makes itself. Like you don't have to do much. They probably have all these tools to deal with the in-game code. A lot, like my guess is they wouldn't even be able to redo and go fully server-side at this point if they wanted to, because they wouldn't have the people working on the game right now that would be able to. Because something like this isn't something like a second-year developer is gonna be able to pull off. Gaming fatigue, what's up? You need a clan Glans? I got booted from mine. You motherfucker. Namblos is always ready for you, buddy. We always have openings in Namblos. But if you want to get to a higher team like Namblings or something like that, we can work that out too. Namblings, I think, actually does need a player. So if you wanted to go to Namblings, that would be fucking lit. That would be lit. Haven't even finished all 15 levels of each. Yeah, the PvE is... I think I have it done on my main account, because on my main account for a while, like at the end of a stream, we'd do 1 or 2 games, but Moody definitely doesn't have it done. Definitely not Glanzer doesn't have it done. The Adventure Luck does have all his done, but there's only 8 of them. I'd try Namblings first. See if it's full, and if it's not, go to Namblos. Or if it is, go to Namblo. Don't be silly, server side ain't ever happening. Yeah, so server side is what you'd need for replays, friends list, stuff like that. And I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. And at this point. I don't think it's... I play a lot of these other games. Heroic has an in-game chat system that's really good, an in-game DM system. We still use Discord. We still use a Discord server. So even though all this cool shit could be in the game, like AFK Arena had a sweet one where you could actually you could post pictures and all this shit, and it's basically a mini forum in the game, and people still use Discord. So having that sort of bells and whistles, in my opinion, is like missing those is better if it makes a better game, and I do think South Park as a whole is a better game than any other game that I play, and I play quite a few. I play Heroic. I'm in a top 3 team in Heroic. I play World War Doe, which I'm in the 2nd team. We're 13th in the world right now. The top team is 2nd in the world right now, and I'm almost to the point where I have enough crowns to get onto that team. So I'll be 2nd in the world in that game pretty soon. I just started playing this game called Fragged just to see what it was all about, because I've seen a bunch of even before South Park started doing the ads, I was seeing ads for it, and I was just kind of curious. And man, that game for ads is ridiculous. This is the type of shit that I'm like. South Park does it pretty well. It's pretty classy. It's pretty tactful. It's only in certain situations. It's not like bullshit situations where it's like, oh, I have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, multiply my coins by 15. Oh yeah, of course I'm doing that. But dude, the ads you can do in that game are crazy. So you have the chests, and you can watch an ad to lower the chest time by 20 minutes. You can do that up to like 4 times per chest. And then when you finish a level, you can turn when you finish a game, you can watch an ad to double your coins, and then you can watch an ad to turn your coins into gems instead of coins. And then you can there's an ad that you can watch every 30 minutes to get a common card, basically. There's an ad that you can watch to refresh your ability to jump into another game type. It's ridiculous the amount of shit that you can get, or the amount of ads that you can watch in that game in like a half-hour play session. 10 minutes of it would be if you watched every ad they gave you, 10 minutes of it would be watching ads. Which is I like the way they do it here, because we know when the ads are going to be, and then it's at the end of the game, and I can just switch accounts, right? So it's like, okay, well, I do want this extra bar. I'm gonna click the ad, skip to another account, keep going. Works pretty well for this stream. Did you just copy paste the event cards and didn't proofread it? Probably. Apparently at the beginning this list wasn't correct, and apparently people just like apparently people don't have jobs and don't haven't ever made a mistake like that. Like, what an easy mistake to make, right? You copied the card list over because you wanted to get the fucking spacing or something the same, whatever it was. You wanted to get the little dots, so you copy it over. Maybe 2 of the cards were the same, whatever. And then you get fucking yelled at as if you're some fucking moron just because you fucked it up. Ridiculous. Like this guy's fine. Like, hey, you should check that. I think that's not right. Instead, this guy's like, what, you can't read? Wherever that guy went. Take back Cartman's old store. I think it's better overall. I think it's gonna allow them to do more stuff with it, which I think is good. Click the ad, put the phone down, and pick it up my other phone and play. Exactly. You want feedback on 4.8? How about you actually proofread your dev updates and not just copy paste the cards from last week? Like, that's your fucking feedback on 4.8? Oh man! I really fucking nailed that guy! I really fucking nailed that guy! You wanna know the funniest thing? This guy joined September 2019. This is his first fucking post! His first post! This is what made you decide to come out of the woodwork to fucking make fun of Toller that she missed something up? Come on. Didn't have any problems with the ads this weekend, but as of today's event for ad for the 4th locker isn't opening the 4th locker, but it gives me the option to watch again, which I did it, and it didn't open the locker after the second viewing. Thought it was a glitch, so I just skipped it. After the next one, I tried the option again. Okay. Technically, you did get that locker, but yeah, that would be a weird interaction where if you wanted to keep going, what would happen if you wanted to get that next locker? Would it be cheaper, or what would happen? I don't know. Was there any reason the coins were nerfed again for the weekend just gone event? Thought the final... though the final points were higher. Probably something along the lines of it's a new card weekend, so the coins are less important. My guess, that'd be. The game is still closing by itself to the point that I have to manually close and reopen it to refresh my session. I don't know if the devs are doing anything about it because this has been a problem. The game closes during an important part, like a PvP session. That's most likely just your phone. Not every phone is going to be able to run every single game as good as it should be. Like if you're running a really low-end Google device, do you really expect yourself to be able to play what I would consider like a high-end mobile game? Like it's not a first-person shooter and not like that kind of thing, but as far as, you know, most of your phone heats, most of you guys' phone heats up pretty hardcore when you're playing South Park, so it's not easy on the phone at all. So if you're running on, I mean, I could barely play on my old phone now if I loaded it up on my old, my Edge S6 or whatever it fucking was. I could barely play it now. No such thing as low-end Google device. Oh, there absolutely is low-end Google devices, my friend. Or low-end Android devices, you're right. Not Google, because the Google just makes the Pixel. I missed out on a lot of lockers on this involuntary self-initiated closing of the app. Well, you don't really miss out on the lockers technically, but yeah, you can't keep digging further, so yeah. It is kind of annoying. Can you double check the required points for the weekend? For the past few weeks, when the event did not revolve around a new epic card, the solo pack was 80. Saw that the featured card list was a copy paste that didn't get edited before posting. I'm hoping the same may be true for the points requirements. I don't think so. Here's my feedback. Buff Captain Wendy, amen. Overwhelming attack stat even at level 6. I don't think her attack's fine. She just needs more health. Her attack's fine because she has the triple shot. That makes up for her lower attack. If she had a ballin' ass DPS on top of her triple shot, are you fucking kidding me for 3 cost? Do you have any idea how good that card would be? She just needs more health. She just needs more health. Should be at least 120. Fucking A, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. No, she needs more health and she'll be just fine. Kyle's parents becoming cards. That'd be fun. Sheila could become the first female tank. You forgot about Zen Cartman. Jersey Kyle becoming a thing. I'd love to see this. I love his Jersey Kyle. I don't think I remember that one. So yeah, any chance you can make this game rewarding? Just fuck you, dude. You're such an idiot. In this mission event twice, I have unlocked. They have 2x legend cards in lockers now, and you're saying this shit's not rewarding? You fucking dumb prick. Ugh. In the mission event twice, I've unlocked the second and third pack, but once I try to collect the second, the screen freezes. And if I restart the game or go back to deck builder, for instance, my event progress is gone. Back at the first pass. Okay, that just means, okay, that means you didn't actually collect those points. That's happened before where the game erroneously makes you feel like you're above the pack. It gives it, like, I think at that point it was giving you double event tokens, but it wasn't actually giving you double event tokens. So for instance, you were at 15 and you get to 30 and the pack is at 30. You go to open it, it crashes because you only have 15. It crashes it, you open it back up and you see the true 15 that you see. So that could be something like that going on. Also, watch an ad doesn't count to destroy phones mission. Cool. Oh no. Oh no. I already had those. This is the type of thing you just say it. You're like, hey, this is a bug I found. You don't trail it with 3 dots as if the guy's an idiot for making it happen. What's up, Irish? Could you please make the game more rewarding? I already had those being double checked for me with the team, and they have just confirmed that they have been lowered back. I would start a new account if you want the game to be rewarding, because every card is rewarding then. I know you're gonna ignore this, but here's my feedback. I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna ignore that. I'm going to. What a fucking loser. You don't lead a sentence with, I know you're gonna ignore this, but I'm still gonna fucking waste my time doing it anyway. Fucking idiot. Nobody gets to see what you said because you led it with that. Fucking dummy. Wait until it changes the bonus collected or whatever, then click the button. If you hit it quick, it doesn't give it to you. Oh, okay. Interesting. Hope you're not nerfing any cards. The new ones are awesome. If anything, there are a few cards that need buffs, but overall the gameplay is awesome. People saying nerf Space Proudly are incorrect. He isn't any worse than Dougie's. Well, he's 1 cost cheaper and he turns Hanky into a goddamn fucking nightmare. So I think you're wrong there, buddy. Forgot to mention the ads and a 2-second stun on command when you can have 3 fucking 2-cost assassins in your deck is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, Bobby. They're garbage. They're garbage, Bubba. They're garbage, people. They're garbage. They're garbage. They're garbage. That's what Bubby's saying. That forms a bit of a problem, you see. The new cards are indeed the best cards, yet which kind of devalues older generation cards. I mean, that's typical in any card game. It's called power creep. Look it up. Very, very common. I've watched more than a dozen of these commercials by now and have yet to have a single extra phone added to my PvP pack count, battle pass count. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Well, his name is really stoned, so maybe he just doesn't notice. Dar needs a nerf. That card is beyond bullshit. What the fuck are you doing? This, all the same fucking guy. God damn it, I would ban you from my fucking forum immediately. You fucktuple post on every fucking forum and you leave a 1-sentence fucking answer. Most forums have a fucking minimum that you can post before they allow you to fucking post. This is the most fucking bullshit thing I've ever seen. It pisses me off at a spiritual level to see how this guy abuses a fucking forum. God damn it, this isn't Discord, you fucking moron. God damn it, that pisses me off. Hey Toller, good afternoon. I reported my problem since Wednesday. I don't care. What I don't like, how the new ad system first said that if you won, lost, or draw, it would allow you to watch an ad to get a phone destroyed, then edited to only if you won, get the option for an extra phone. No. It never said that. It said if you win, you can get an extra phone. If you lose or draw, you can get lockers. It never said that you could get extra phone. When I got 4 minutes and get nothing for the match, you could get lockers. Just want the phone destroyed. Now with the edit, the ad system is garbage. That was never edited. Have you had any luck getting the extra phone, destroyed phones to actually show up? Get a 3-bar win, then after watching the ad, have 4 shown. Yeah, that happens to me. That's been working fine for me all weekend. Only issue I'm seeing is that lockers from draws, losses appear to count towards open X lockers missing. Or don't appear to. Oh, until you finish the mission, then the ones from draws, losses disappear. What? This has been working fine for me all weekend. Only issue I'm seeing is that lockers from draws or losses appear to count towards open X locker mission. Oh, mission, not missing, mission. Until you finish the mission, then the ones from the draw loss disappears. Oh, okay, so they must have a check. They must have a logic check that they didn't. Probably to keep people from just injecting bars into it somehow in the code. I have the exact same issue. I've cleared the game cache, restarted the phone, blah, blah, blah. I've 3 times lost my progress and took a screenshot each time if you're interested. I've been playing for over an hour trying to get past the bug at this point, so it looks like some of us are effectively locked out of the event. That's too bad. That's too bad. I'm still having big issues to find a match in PvP when using 4G, and when a match is available almost all the time, my game's stuck in waiting for an opponent. Interesting. I'm not sure what he means by that. Nope, still can't play on data. Can't even open the free pack anymore either. What? Can I have my DSR card that I couldn't get because I decided to watch an ad to open an extra locker? Game glitched out after that. Yeah, that's too bad. I would never do that. Like, I would never do that. I would pay normal cash to get an important card every time. I don't think I'm ever gonna use that one because it's not even worth. Like, if you look, it's not worth it's not even worth 7 cash to me to watch a fucking 30-second ad. Just fucking do it. If I get to 15, I'll watch it, and maybe if I catch it. But it's like those first couple, like, why would you do that? Totally agree with you on that. She's absolutely broken. I've stopped playing beside cat packs, because I'm tired of 90% matches being dar. I mean, you could just play the card. Ruby Toller, I made a post about the problems that I having after the update, but I got totally ignored, so I was thinking to record it and upload it on YouTube, showing the problems of the game, including the post of other players' issues. Yeah, dude, this is gonna really work. the having after last update make unplayable the game, and the wasted cash and time opened over 100 PvP packs. And you didn't get a legend? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, buddy, you were ignored because you opening 100 PvP packs and not getting a single legend doesn't fucking matter. The odds of that are fucking 0.01. 1 in 100 is pretty good. You gotta fucking open 1,000 probably. Ridiculous. Only 4 pages? Damn. All the feedback must be on Discord. Maybe I should start rating Discord. Right. Yeah, I mean, you can only open it for 1 locker. Like, 1, anybody who thought you could watch an ad for every locker is a fucking idiot. 2, anyone who thought that it was gonna impact Team Wars or something is a fucking idiot. Or challenge mode. Fucking idiot. Anybody who thought that they're ever gonna be mandatory to watch these ads is a fucking idiot. They're absolutely stupid. I gotta admit, I hate ads in games, but I gotta admit they did it pretty well. It's useful. It's not. They're not the type of ads where you feel like you have to watch them. You know what I mean? They save you some time, they get you some rewards, but in other games it's like, watch this ad for a chance at a legend, watch this ad to even be able to play the game again, watch this ad to continue your life or something, you know, whatever it is. They're always like, oh, I have to do that. Like, oh, I can't not do that. Oh, I just got 100 coins and I can double it? Of course I'm gonna do that. Oh, I just got 15 coins and I can multiply it by 7? They're like, why wouldn't you? The only thing I use the ads on is to make the draws less shit. Yeah, I mean, the only time I'm ever going to use it, like the best time to use it is like you open a PvP pack, you get 3, then the next game you only get 1 bar, you get the ad bar, and then you finish your PvP pack. That's I think the best way to utilize it. Not play the game in order to utilize. Like the people who are playing 5 games just to get the 5 lockers, the 15 lockers, that's fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous. To change the way you play the game to adhere to how you can get some free rewards from the ads is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, they fit right into the normal play structure of the game. The ads are good. They're good ads. Like sometimes the ads are just shit, but these ads are good. They're at least not like fucking annoying to watch. Some of them, I even had one where I was actually playing the game. That's pretty cool. You get the extra phones, lockers on draws. Yeah, exactly. They should let you watch the ad for the free phone as many times as you want, not just the 5 per day. No. 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 I am glad there's a limit. I've always been glad there's been a limit at this game. Locker limit, absolutely fantastic that there's a locker limit. Watch an ad every time, like for every single time. Like most people are just gonna sit on that anyway and not use all 5 of them anyway, so. And it's not worth watching a 30-second ad every time for two PvP tickets. I see them gonna draw with 20 seconds to go, I let the opponent win. Yeah, I do that quite a bit too. You know, you try that last push, doesn't get through, you could probably defend. Sometimes it depends on who I'm going up against, because like I don't want some people to think they can beat me. But yeah, if I'm on Moody or if I'm on anything but my main account, for sure, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, it's definitely better than a draw. Draws are just pointless. Pump Elo into the game. Well, you're only pumping it if you're at your base. Are you at your base? Are you at your floor? You motherfucking D ranker outcast. I knew it. I knew it. I'm just kidding. Bubby, are we done with the update? Is he sad? Are you sad the update's over, Bubby? Bubby, are you sad? Bubby, look over here. Look over here. Look over here. Oh. Are you biting or are you playing? You need a little bottle? You need a little bottle? He's got me so fucking hard with those. Like, I cannot pull my arm away right now. He's got me with his claws so hard. Bubby, what are you doing? Let me go! I gotcha. He's my little boy. He's like, stop it. Stop it. Are you gonna hit me? You gonna hit your papa? He's got these little dots on his nose. He got little dots on his nose. Little black dots. They came out of nowhere, but they're part of him. It's not like a black speckled dust. Are you asleep? Dude, he just passed the fuck out. You are one sleepy cat. Get over here, Bubba. I'll cuddle with you in a little bit, Bubba. Oh, he's stretching. Stretchy boy. Only on sci-fi events? I feel yeah. Moody's got terrible sci-fi cards. I don't have a level 5 epic to boost. I don't have a level 6 rare to boost anything. My sci-fi deck is dog shit. Fantasy, I'm pretty okay. Adventure, I'm obviously good. Superhero, I'm getting up there. Mystic is terrible too. Mystic and sci-fi on Moody is just the worst combination for Team Wars. Out of 4 cards, I didn't get a single copy of the new Bradley from Team Packs. Dude, I don't think I did either, honestly. I think I bought one of the $8 packs just so I could play them right away, and then I didn't get another copy of them. Really stupid. Why would they not do the 2 guaranteed epics at the second to last pack like always? I don't know. I don't know. But everybody, that's the end of the weekly update today. I missed 2 streams over the weekend, so we're gonna do something special. I did a bonus video yesterday on YouTube, and that was a bunch of level 3 Space Pilot Bradley plays when I had him in the deck right after he was released. So a couple fun games in there, so make sure you check that out. But tonight I'm gonna post a video, and it's gonna be the Potatoes and Plays Part 2. I don't know if you saw the first Potatoes and Plays. I wonder if I feel like I made, no I didn't. I thought I made a command for it. But the Potatoes and Plays is, I'm taking all of my Team Wars games from, I think I do like 15 weeks at a time, put them all into one video, throw some music on it, and just let them ride. So it's like 2 hours of Team Wars games. The idea is that you can just let it play, look at it, look away, look at it, look away, jump around, say, oh, this, I want to see if he beats this guy. Oh, I want to see if he beats this guy. Oh, he's down a bar here, you know, that kind of thing. But with this one, we're gonna do a giveaway for iTunes or Google Play. As per usual, I got iTunes right here. This one's actually for Gaming Fatigue. He won it while we were playing Fall Guys last time. But somewhere in this video, in this hour and 50-minute video, somewhere in that video there is a few frames of a Buckethead. Just the face of Buckethead somewhere in the game. Might be on the game field, could be in the background, could be next to my new kid, could be in the foreground, could be at the beginning or the end in the video. So if you want to be the person who gets a chance at well, not a chance, like you win it. The first person to put in the timestamp into the YouTube comments that shows where the hidden Buckethead is will win a $10 gift card for whichever one they want. So Beats did it first. I don't give a fuck. This video is on 2 hours long. Bubby. I just love this cat. I just love this cat. He wants to cuddle, and then when I cuddle with him, he disappears. But yeah, that'll be fun tonight. That'll be tonight where I post that, so be on the lookout. Make sure you check out the YouTube and you subscribe so you get the notification as soon as the video posts, so you have all the chances. How many pre-rolls are in there? I'm not, well, actually I guess probably one, because YouTube always puts one in, but I'm not monetized, so there shouldn't be any ads at all. Fucking milk this system. No, I don't. There shouldn't be any ads on my YouTube ever. I mean, I don't know about ever. I just don't think I'm ever gonna put the time into YouTube to get it to the point. I mean, you know, I'm playing a couple of these other games that it's pretty much just YouTube because you can't really stream them. And I was thinking about maybe getting some YouTube clout that way. I don't know. We'll see. But be on the lookout for that tonight, as well as the lookout for the video tomorrow. We're gonna do to make up for the missed streams. We're gonna do a lot of new videos this week. So tomorrow, be on the lookout for not only the weekly update, but another Buckethead versus. Then on Wednesday, we'll do our normal Buckethead versus, And then Thursday, Friday, we might drop some videos of games that we played in the past. Like I have a story about my uncle, Dear Esther, stuff like that, where we have the full 2 or 3 hour game cut together. Every 5 minutes, like every other douchebag. Yeah, that shit's so crazy. I was watching a 15-minute video the other day, and I don't know if they have control over where the ads go, but yeah, dude, it's just ridiculous. I can't watch YouTube like that. I have to watch it on PC. I can't watch it on my phone where there's ads. Like I have to watch it on PC with no ads, like with ad block running, because it's just, it is ridiculous, dude. Like some of the ads are like 5 fucking minutes long, and you can skip them after 5 minutes, but it's like, the idea is that I'm not fucking watching it, you know? Like I have it off over here, or I have it in the background or something. Like I don't want to be clicking every 5 minutes. Like what is the whole fucking idea of this is to be in the background where I don't have to pay attention to it. You just unsubscribed from YouTube Premium. Does YouTube Premium have no ads? Yeah. That I had missed like 3,000 ads. Dude, just get fucking you block Origin. None of that other shit. Dude, no problem, Soup. I don't think we kicked you out. If we did, you can always just come back, because the team's open. The beauty of the Adventure Lock team. Get kicked out for inactivity? You watch YouTube on my smart TV? Oh yeah, I suppose that's true. Then you just gotta throw a Chromecast up there and Chromecast it from your PC. But yeah, I mean, if I was watching, I just wouldn't watch YouTube then. I would pick something else on your smart TV. You have every other app there, right? Watch Netflix or something. Like, I just can't imagine watching YouTube with ads. Like, no way. No way, man. Not long ones, at least. Like, I'd watch a 5-minute video if there's one ad or something. But if there's like 5 in a 12-minute video, I'm fucking out of there, dude. I'm gone. I'm not watching it. Signed in for Epic Sunday request. I was like, oops, didn't vote or get caps this week. Yeah, I noticed the vote and the caps. And I noticed the name. I was like, yeah, kick that guy out. And I was like, wait a second. I think that's Soup Poop. The name makes sense. You'll watch a 5-minute ad for KY Jelly. Ooh. I watch lots of Let's Plays of survival games. Well, I watch Rogan. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Rogan podcast, I always have in the background. So if that shit was getting interrupted by ads. But Rogan doesn't usually run ads because he does all his ads at the beginning of, like, the podcast itself. Like, his actual ads. Like, his whatever. So if you listen to it on... God, it'll be weird when it's on Spotify, man. It'll be weird. I hope there's not ads in the middle of it on fucking Spotify. Like you don't already have a pandemic stash of KY Jelly. That's hilarious, actually. You'll be good because you have Spotify Premium. Yeah, I'm just interested in what they'll do with the video and if they'll have it quite the same. Yeah, dude, Rogan signed a like $11 billion, it's probably like $111 million exclusive Spotify streaming. So he'll no longer be on iTunes and all that shit. He's gonna be on, it'll be taken down from everywhere else and it'll only be on Spotify, which is so fucking ridiculous to me. But I mean, he is the podcast, so like it doesn't matter where he goes, everybody will follow him, everybody will watch him. So yeah, see, that's my problem with his podcast though, is that like I like always listen to it. I cannot fall asleep while I'm watching it because I'm just always listening to it. Like I can't turn off. So when I'm trying to sleep and I want something on, I listen to like fucking political podcasts, because those are really easy to fall asleep to, because most of the time just like, I don't fucking care about this, I cannot listen to this. Totally, I always stay up for a good hour longer because it, yeah, exactly. You're like sitting there like this, looking the other direction. You wake up at 2 o'clock, somebody else is talking, and you're like, oh man, who's this guy? This sounds really interesting. What are they talking about? Who's this girl? Is she pretty? What is going on here? Nikki Glazer, yeah, Nikki Glazer's one of those guests that's just always funny. Nikki, fucking when any of the main three, like Bert or Tom or Ari or any of those guys are on. I love it when oh god, what's his name? Andrew Santino. Andrew Santino is probably my favorite guest, dude. He's so fucking funny. And Andrew Schultz is fucking hilarious too. Those two are probably my favorite comedians that he does podcasts. Yeah, Tom's podcast. Nick Swartzen, dude, he's so funny. I don't know if Nick Swartzen's been on JRE anytime recently. I'm super far behind though. I think the last one I watched was like the number is like 07, like 1507 or whatever it's at, 1207 or whatever it is, and it's currently at like 34 or whatever. I'm really far behind. I just watched, what's one that I just watched? I just watched the one with Jon Stewart not that long ago. Oh yeah, I totally stay up for a good hour longer because of KY. LOL. All right, guys, let's head out. Don't forget the video tonight on YouTube. Be there. You have a chance at that $10. And that's only like pretty much everybody here. You guys are going to be the only people that really have a chance at getting it because nobody else is going to really know it's even there, except from the YouTube video itself. But they won't be ready for it, you know? But yeah, we'll see you guys later. I'm gonna cut together another potatoes and plays. This shit takes forever because there's hundreds of games in each one. But we'll get some more videos out this week for you guys because I missed so much this weekend. And we'll see you later. We're gonna raid into It's Loyal Fiend, who apparently it's his birthday. Exciting. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good one. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. Later.